Salem, USA. In the glittering, backstabbing, and endlessly dramatic world of daytime television, few events promise as much potential for pandemonium as a book signing. But when that book signing is for Bonnie Lockhart's tell-all memoir, From Con to Comeback, My Life in Salem, and the spoiler photos have just dropped, fans know they're not witnessing a literary salon. They are witnessing a masterclass in creative mayhem. The newly released images from Days of Our Lives for next week's episodes offer a tantalizing, freeze-frame narrative of what the show's art department, directors, and actors are calling the most beautifully disastrous 10 minutes in recent Salem history. Forget the usual hospital room confrontations or Demera Enterprises boardroom betrayals. This is a public spectacle, designed from the ground up as a piece of visual and emotional chaos theory. Let's break down the creative genius behind the Bonnie's book signing gone wrong, spoiler photos, and why every thrown punch, spilled champagne flute, and horrified facial expression is a deliberate stroke of soap opera artistry. The set design. A literary paradise primed for ruin. The first spoiler photo reveals the venue. Salem's Town Square's new pop-up bookstore, Pages and Plots. On the surface, it's a cozy, upscale dream. Warm mahogany shelves, soft amber lighting, and a towering floral arrangement of white lilies and deep red roses, a classic color contrast meant to evoke elegance and danger. The creative team's hidden genius lies in the instability of the design. Notice the stack of Bonnie's books, From Con to Comeback, teetering on a small, round table covered in a silk cloth. Any jostle, and they're a literary landslide. The centerpiece is Bonnie herself, played with manic glee by Judy Evans, seated behind a signing desk draped in purple velvet, a nod to her flashy, "I've arrived" personality. In the photo, she holds a fountain pen like a dagger, a stark, phallic symbol of her authority in this moment. But look closer. The pen's inkwell is precariously close to a stack of pristine, white first editions. The art department has planted a dozen visual Chekhov's guns, each one waiting to misfire. The creative intention is clear. This isn't a signing, it's a Rube Goldberg machine of humiliation. The character palette. Why Bonnie? Creative storytelling in soaps hinges on ironic consequence. Bonnie Lockhart, former con artist, look-alike schemer, and now aspiring author, is the perfect protagonist for this disaster. Her memoir isn't a work of literature, it's a weapon. The spoilers show her grinning, arms wide open, as if accepting a coronation. That's the first wrong note. In soap opera choreography, genuine happiness in public is a death sentence. What makes this creative choice brilliant is the subversion of the celebrity redemption arc. The photos suggest Bonnie came to promote healing, but her book actually outs every secret, affair, and petty crime she ever witnessed or committed. The show's writers have crafted a scenario where the physical space, the cozy bookstore, and the emotional reality, a room full of people who want to strangle her, are in direct, hilarious opposition. One photo captures Justin Kuriakis in the background, his jaw clenched so tight you can see the tendon. He's supposed to be her supportive boyfriend. The creative tension is palpable. Love versus public shame. The cascade of chaos. A frame-by-frame breakdown. The most exciting spoiler photos function like a silent film. You can read the entire narrative in 4 stills. Photo 1. The calm before the slap. Bonnie autographs a book for a star-struck extra, while her nemesis, the ever-righteous Adrian, or is it Bonnie in another wig? Soap layers, enters from stage left. The lighting shifts subtly. A shadow falls across Bonnie's face. The director has used a classic film noir trick. A single overhead spotlight creates a halo around Bonnie's head, suggesting a saint, while the rest of her face is in shadow. She's already a liar in the light. Photo 2. The accusation. A close-up of a hand, manicured, trembling, with a massive cocktail ring, slamming a copy of the book onto the table. This belongs to a woman whose affair was exposed in Chapter 9. The creative use of reaction shots is the soap opera's greatest tool. The background is deliberately blurred, forcing the viewer's eye to the splash of red wine already dripping from the book's pages. The prop department mixed corn syrup with food coloring to get that exact, vintage Merlot, shade, sticky, ominous, and ruinous for a signed first edition. Photo 3. The physical comedy of violence. This is the money shot. A full-frame image of Bonnie ducking as a custom-made, Salem's best book lover, mug, filled with lukewarm coffee, sails past her ear. In the background, two background actors are locked in a hair-pulling tug-of-war over a tote bag. What looks like improvisational chaos is actually a tightly blocked piece of physical theater. The show's stunt coordinator spent an hour marking debris trajectories, the mug, a handful of bookmarks, a single high heel. Each flying object tells a subplot. The mug belonged to a betrayed book club. The high heel was kicked off by a woman fleeing an exposed affair. Photo 4. The aftermath. The final released image is the quietest, and therefore the most devastating. Bonnie sits alone at the ruined table, a single page of her memoir, torn, stained, and stepped on, lying in front of her. Her makeup is perfect except for one smeared tear. The creative brilliance here is the silence. After the cacophony, this still frame captures the soul of a soap opera. Humiliation is the only true currency. Bonnie isn't sad about the lost sales. She's sad because her performance failed. The actor's craft. Judy Evans' physical storytelling. No discussion of creative news is complete without the actor's instrument. Judy Evans, who plays Bonnie, has revealed in behind-the-scenes notes that she choreographed her reactions like a silent film star. Bonnie would never just fall apart, Evans explained. She would fall apart in slow motion, while still trying to sell a book. In the spoiler photos, you can see Evans' hand subtly pushing a stack of books toward a fleeing customer even as a security guard escorts her out. That's the character's core, opportunism even in catastrophe. The creative team encouraged her to watch old Lucille Ball clips and classic I Love Lucy Chocolate Factory physical comedy, but with a soap noir edge. The result is a scene where spilled ink looks like blood, and a toppled bookstand resembles a fallen kingdom. In an era of prestige streaming and binge watching, Days of Our Lives reminds us that the soap opera remains a unique form of serialized, lowbrow but smart visual storytelling. The Bonnie's book signing gone wrong? Spoilers are not just cheap thrills. They are a celebration of the set piece. A self-contained explosion of character, plot, and theme all within a 10-minute window. The creative news here is that the show's directors, set designers, and actors treat a catfight over a memoir with the same narrative seriousness as a Shakespearean tragedy. Every broken wine glass is a metaphor. Every horrified gasp is a plot point. And every spoiler photo is an invitation to marvel at the craftsmanship of beautiful, intentional disaster. So when you see the full episode next week, watch for the moment Bonnie's wig shifts 2 inches to the left during the melee. That wasn't an accident. It was a character choice. Because in Salem, even your hair is part of the con.